If you have a daughter, you will relate to this, possibly a son as well. Do you get jealous of how your daughter looks in her jeans? I remember the first time I saw that brand of jeans. I think it's called Not Your Daughter's Jeans, and it's made for middle-aged women or whatever it was. And I just think it's so funny how they identified how we feel and the difference between our bodies. Do you not tuck in your shirt anymore? Do you want to buy a really cool, awesome belt? If you relate to any of this, this video is for you. I'm Stacy Portugal. I'm a weight loss coach, and I help over 40 women age with confidence, gain their control back, and get off the diet merry-go-round. So today, we're really talking about being able to tuck in our jeans, and you don't have to be overweight for this particular issue. As we age, we commonly see fat accumulate around the middle. Doctors may call it visceral fat. And the thing is, and this even includes even if you're a pear shape, but we also call it middle-age spread. And this fat, unlike the fat that you see in other parts of your body, is actually a little bit more dangerous. It's hormonally active. So what that means is it produces and reacts to hormones unlike other fat in your body. And visceral fat sort of tucks in and around your organs, which also makes it more dangerous. Overall, fat around your middle that is hormonally active does put you at risk for things like high blood pressure, breast cancer, colon cancer, type 2 diabetes. There's been just a number of studies that have linked it to those kind of chronic issues. So we really do, it's not just about tucking in our jeans, of course, but it really is about paying attention to our health as we age and where that fat is going. And as I said, even if you were a pear shape in a former life, you might notice that when you're, heavy, you're noticing it around your middle. So really paying attention to where the fat is on your body. And I know that right now, things like yoga and Pilates are very popular, and I think they're great. Super important to build your core, great way to build strength, great way to unwind. The thing is that, sit-ups is not really the remedy that's going to get rid of that visceral fat. So there's really other things that you actually need to do. And I'm going to give you 4 things that's going to deal with this particular type of fat. And hopefully you're going to be buying an awesome belt. So if you have an awesome belt, I'd love to see a picture of it. Put it in the comments. Let's compare belts. Okay, so one more thing. One way to judge if your waist circumference is too big is to actually measure it. And for women, that would be 35 inches or lower is considered a healthy waist circumference. For men, it's 40 inches or lower. So you could just do something as simple as measuring it. But here are 4 things that you can do that will, in fact, reduce that visceral fat. Oh, I like that, Marta. They say that abs are made in the kitchen and revealed in the gym. I like that. That's really good. And that is absolutely 100% true. I'm so glad that you said that, because most of what I'm going to say really revolves more around the food that you're eating. Hence, Shake the Sugar, folks. This is exactly why Shake the Sugar has so many great results, because it gets to the heart of what we're dealing with when we're in our 40s and above. And truthfully, it gets to the heart for someone of any age. All right, so let's kind of get right to it. So the first thing you should do is, once again, shake the sugar. You need to reduce sugar, okay? It really is proven that your overall carb intake is what is causing that visceral fat. And that fat reacts to the amount of carbs in your diet because it's hormonally active. So you don't want to be a big bag of hormones, right? At this age, we don't want to be a big bag of hormones. So we really do need to have fewer hormones circulating our body, not more hormones. So you really need to reduce the sugar and the overall carbs. And that's exactly what Shake the Sugar does, guys. And as many of you know, we are launching again on April 1st. And I am so excited for another class of Shake the Sugar. Our first class from January is still staying together. And eventually our April class will join in with them. But Shake the Sugar, also, we have a friend special. So if you bring a buddy, you get a discount. So 2 or more people get $50 off of the price. So instead of $4.49, it's $3.99 for 8 weeks. It's a great value. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is shake the sugar, and that is probably the most effective way of beginning to reduce that visceral fat in our bellies and get into those jeans and look as great as our daughters and sons. Okay, number 2 is, if you're eliminating the sugar and carbs, processed carbs, you really have to fill yourself up with something. So what you need to do is start focusing more on lean proteins, healthy proteins, and fats. And how much is really all about having a well-formulated diet. And actually, starting next week, I think I'm going to start it Monday night. I was going to do Sunday night, but I realized I can't do that. So starting on Monday night, we're going to have the first day of the Shake the Sugar Sneak Peek 4-day challenge. And this is really all the prep work that goes into Shake the Sugar. But I'm going to give you the guidelines that I use to help determine, A, if you're eating too many carbs, and B, what a healthier amount of carbs would be for you. So that all comes directly to your inbox. If you are not on my email list, I would suggest going to stacyportugal.com, just get on the email list. Or if you want me to do it for you, I'm happy to do that. Just comment, "I'm in," and I will take care of the rest for you. Okay, so number 1 is to reduce the sugar and the processed carbs. Number 2 is to replace that with protein and healthy fats. How much is all part of a well-formulated diet. More of the stuff that we talk about in Shake the Sugar. Number 3, and this is what Marta she was actually referring to the opposite, but it is a little important to get moving. So I agree with Marta totally that most of what you're going to be doing is kitchen related, but you really do have to get moving a little bit, and that will help get rid of some of that visceral fat. I mean, 30 minutes a day is really the recommendation, and it's really all it takes, honestly. So whether that's just a walk or, a Pilates class, 30 minutes a day, pretty simple. Number 4 is, you ready for this? Eat more fiber. And eating more fiber helps you to lose weight. It gets rid of that bloat so you do look better in your jeans. And ultimately, it does help to reduce the visceral fat because it helps you lose weight. So the 4 things that I've mentioned to combat the visceral fat, that deeper fat that's kind of embedding itself around your organs, is number 1, to reduce the overall sugar and carb intake, which is exactly what we do in Shake the Sugar. And I just want to point out, because a lot of people ask me this, people are at different levels in Shake the Sugar. Some people are just reducing, they're just getting used to that idea. They're learning, not to be drawn into gluten-free cakes, right? They're learning about tracking, they could be way at the beginning. And some people are really much further in and really count their macros. So Shake the Sugar is the overall program, but it leaves a lot of room for personalization. So we are reducing the sugar and the overall processed carbs in our diet. We're eating plenty of proteins and fats. The amounts are determined by your well-formulated diet, and we determine that kind of stuff in Shake the Sugar. But you'll see some of that next week in our sneak peek 4-day challenge. So make sure you just say I'm in on the comments, or if you mosey on over to the website, you can just sign up. But if you're already on the email list, don't worry, because you're in. Number 3 is to get moving. Just do the minimum of 30 minutes a day. It's so good for your waistline, but it's also so good for your health. So doing something like that, finding an activity that you enjoy, whether you're listening to podcasts and just going for a walk, or watching your favorite television show on the treadmill, or hopping on a bike, doing a spin class, whatever you enjoy. It really does not have to be a Herculean effort. Number 4 is to eat more fiber. You got to have some fiber. It's going to help you lose weight. It's also going to bring down that bloat and that belly fat and get you right back into your jeans, just like your daughter and your sons. Can't leave out the boys. All right, guys, so this was a way to stop being jealous of your daughter and start looking great in your jeans. I hope it was helpful. As you know, Marta, thank you so much for commenting. As you know, our community begins in the comments. Please let me know what you think about this topic. Are you interested in tucking your shirt into your jeans and showing off a fabulous belt? Are you a little jealous when you see your teenagers and young adults run around and they look fabulous in their jeans? Are you concerned about visceral fat and ready to tuck in your own jeans and look fabulous and feel confident, right? We all want to age with confidence. I hope it was helpful once again, and I will see you all in the next video. Be good to yourself.